After going through the introduction of research and research projects and the answering why to do the research project, we will move to the timing and the planning now. Timing. There is no specific time in doing research project. For every section, for every part of your academic career, you can plan research projects. The first stage is for early career, for fresh entrant in academic career. For the researchers below 35 years, young researchers, seed grant is available by the UGC, and in these particular instances, after recruitment, the seed grant is provided by the UGC or by the university itself. In some institutions, project proposals are sent along with the job application. In many foreign universities, this is the culture. The next is mid-career. In the mid-career, around 40 to 50 years of age, there are some other different set of research projects which are available for you. For the senior level, professor level, different set of projects are available. And also for the expert and post-retirement level, the projects are available by the various funding agencies in the Indian scenario. Now, let's move to the very first step, pre-planning. For pre-planning, the first point is brainstorming. Brainstorm the idea. I will give an example that how interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary or out of the box it may be. John Snow, he was a physician, doctor. In London, outbreak of cholera, he was the person who identified that cholera is a waterborne disease. Before that, it was believed that it has got some supernatural source, supernatural cause. What he did, he used dot mapping, a population dynamics statistical tool for indicating the cause of cholera. The mapping was done, as you can see here, and he observed that the casualties in and around the Thames area and the area where the water was dirty were higher as compared to the other areas in which water was of good quality. So it was a statistical tool which yielded into the identification of cause of a disease. So anything can help. What is the concluding remark? Anything can help. You should brainstorm the idea and develop the idea. For pre-planning, after the brainstorming, refer the available resources. Whatever the resources you are having, refer them. Books, journals, go to the online resources, refer them. Refer the previous work done, your self-work and the work by others. Critically analyze them. Just like literature review, these pre-planning parts are there. Chalk out every aspect. Write them down. Then synthesize your own idea, what you want to do on the basis of summaries of the previous work. Then visualize the methodology, the main methodology and the alternate course of action. If the plan A doesn't work, what will be my plan B? It should be effectively done. And that too within the realm of available resources. Now you will enlist the requirements. What is the requirement? With respect to the manpower, with respect to the consumables, contingency and other resources, whatever you need, you will chuck them down. When you have pre-planned the things, see what kind of research you want to apply. What kind of research project you want to do, whether it will be empirical study. Empirical means field study, or it will be a non-empirical study or laboratory-based study or exploratory study. The research projects may be extramural. Extramural means, extramural projects are those projects in which a funding agency provides funds to any person, any faculty member who is not associated with that agency. Intramural means one person will be mandatorily be from that agency and one person will be from any other agency who is applying there. These are called intramural projects. Then interinstitutional and collaborative projects, industry, academia, interactive projects, and lastly, the major projects that are national coordinated projects. So you may apply depending upon your scope, your level, and identify a particular type of project. Then focus to the most important thing, funding agency. To which funding agency you are going to apply? In the national level, in the Indian scenario, the major funding agencies are UGC, DST, ICMR, ICSR, DBT, AICT, and so on, depending upon the subjects. There are so many agencies. So go through the list available in the text of this module. Identify any funding agency and chalk your plan according to that. On which basis we should target? Targeting the funding agency. Number one, subject area of research. On the basis of the subject area of research, you should identify the funding agency. Level of research, funding ceiling, allowed or required. What I mean to say, what is the maximum limit allowed and what is your expectation. If you are expecting a bigger project, you should apply for the bigger only. If you will go for the minor one, you won't get that much fund. On call or round the year proposal submission. What is your expectation and self-assessment of your own project? You should define what do you expect. Then target the funding agency. See the eligibility conditions. The eligibility condition is a major thing for targeting. Whether you are eligible or not for that scheme by that agency. And time taken in processing is the last factor, which is very crucial. Sometimes agencies take a lot of time to process the things which may be beyond your expectations. Now we will start the writing the proposal. Proposal writing begins with collecting the preliminary requirements. What are the preliminary requirements? Eligibility criteria. Have you checked the eligibility criteria? Have the biodata of principal investigator PI and co-PI in the prescribed format with the length required, highlighting the expertise available, achievements, publications, patents, projects completed, etc. Keep ready your photo and signature scanned for online proposals. Keep ready your forwarding through head of the institution. It is very much important aspect. You should be having that forwarding in your hand before applying the project. Download guidelines and read it carefully. Download the proposal form, check it carefully. Collect the things needed and make the rough draft. Check the word limit of each section, head and subhead. Check the price of equipment needed or get the quote for the same. If you are needing any equipment, you must have an tentative idea about the budget. Now plan the body of the proposal. So in this section, we focused on timing, when you should plan. You can plan at any time of your career. The brainstorming is very important. Pre-planning your idea systematically, covering with all the aspects, covering the methodology, and laying down your aim and objectives. Cover all the aspects, check your eligibility criteria, download the form, collect all the things, and make a rough draft. We will move ahead with the each section in the next part of the module. Now, let us focus on the standard heads in the project proposal. Number 1, PI's information, then title of the project, summary, origin of idea or background or introduction or rationale, you can say, aim and objectives, literature review, methodology, plan of action, timeline, budget with justification, expected outcome, covering the benefit expected, IPR, and industrial applicability potential of the project, expertise and facilities available into the institute, and suggested reviewers sometimes asked. Taking the very first one, PI's information, provide all the information required like name, academic qualification, address, DOB, your date of birth, institutional address, upload your CV, current CV with publications, projects, patent, etc. Mention your H-index. We have mentioned the importance of providing the H-index, and citation details and total citation if you are having. So it helps. Then we will move to the title of the project. Title of the project should be representative, related to the need-based research and hot topic within the scope of funding agency. You can go through the titles which have been granted the project and granted the funds by the agencies earlier and see what kind of projects are prioritized or preferred for funding. Plan them accordingly. The title should be unambiguous, clear, error-free. No punctuation error should be there. Plan 2 to 3 titles and finalize the one after completing the first draft. The tip I would like to give at this time for this title, that never write your title in uppercase, because in uppercase the spell check doesn't work. And when before submitting or finalizing, check it alphabet by alphabet for correctness, because if the title is wrong, nobody is going to evaluate, or even if it is being evaluated, the rejection is sure, because it shows that the proposal is made carelessly. The next part is summary. Summary should be of 1 page, 300 to 500 words. It should be concise and provide complete roadmap of research. It should contain need, aim and objectives, methodology, plan and expected outcome in concise way, and should give the power-packed complete story. It must be flawless and should be cohesive and coherent. What is the tip? Can you tell the whole story in 1 page or in half page without any flaw? This is the tip for writing the summary. Then introduction. Give background or origin of idea in cohesive and coherent manner. Present the problem logically, sequentially, systematically. Introduce it and give your hypothesis. Focus on justifying the rationality of your work. Give proper citation to latest and important previous studies. Don't use very old references. What are the tips? Be concise, develop the cohesion and coherence, follow the logical transition. The reader is expert. Unlike the research articles and review articles, here the first and the last reader is the expert. You are writing for the expert. So there is no chance of any mistake. Next is origin of the idea, background. Give a brief background within word limit allowed. How the idea originated, how much back you need to go. How much back you need to go? As much as tiger back steps, as much as a tiger take back steps while on prey, as much as run up taken by a bowler. You will have to decide the optimum background, the length of the background. Generate the rationale and need of the study. Try to answer what is the problem and what is your hypothesis. Aim on objectives. Give one aim, 4 to 5 objectives. An objective should be SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. We have discussed it earlier also. Now, what is the tip? Do not use the vague, casual, or unpractical language. Give precise objectives, and the method should be directed to achieve each objective. Identify precise subject or the tentative list of subject domain, etc. So, in summarizing this section, we can say that after identifying a funding agency, you prepare the documents and finalize your title. Write a good summary, effective summary. Introduce your topic and give the aim and objectives which are strong, convincing, specific with respect to the scope of the funding agency.